A mother cat jumped into a man's car, carrying a kitten in her mouth, begging for help. After finishing feeding street cats, he was sitting in his car when he saw a mother cat carrying a kitten in her mouth, running toward his car. Then, she jumped inside as if she was asking him to take care of her and her kitten. Gently, the man took her kitten from her and placed it on the seat. He was confused, not fully understanding what had just happened. Before he could process it, the mother cat jumped outside the car again and returned with another kitten. She jumped inside and placed the kitten at the man's feet, as if pleading with him, "Please take care of my kittens." Then, once again, she jumped outside. This time, she returned with a third kitten, but this one was bigger than the first two. This puzzled the man. Who were her real kittens? Were they the smaller ones or the bigger one? The mother cat left again and came back with yet another bigger kitten. The man was now completely confused, trying to figure out which kittens truly belonged to her. And once again, she did the same, bringing another big kitten. Meanwhile, the man kept the car heater on to prevent the kittens from catching a cold, so he didn't open the doors. But then, he decided to open the door to help the mother cat avoid jumping through the window. She seemed to think the man was going to throw her and her kittens out. Immediately, she hid under the seat, looking up at him with eyes that seemed to say, "Please, don't throw me and my kittens out. They won't survive here." The man tried to reassure her, letting her know he had no intention of abandoning them. Slowly, she calmed down and then brought two more kittens, one after another. Now, she fully trusted the man. She clearly believed that he would take care of her and her kittens. However, the man was still unsure which kittens were truly hers. He spoke to people around the area, trying to get information. An older man explained that the mother cat was actually the mother of the bigger kittens. Meanwhile, the man noticed another cat nearby and wondered if she might be the mother of the smaller ones. He gently placed the smaller kittens in front of her, but she showed no interest. The older man then explained that the mother of the smaller kittens had abandoned them. Apparently, she had lost two of her newborn kittens right after birth. Devastated by the loss, she had wandered around searching for them, and, in her grief, had been unable to properly care for the remaining kittens. This mother cat, upon hearing the smaller kittens crying, had adopted them as her own. Now, with 7 kittens to care for, she was struggling, and it seemed she was asking for help. The man decided to search for the real mother of the smaller kittens. He left his contact information with the people in the area, asking them to reach out if they found her. This whole situation was a reminder of how much stray animals have to struggle to survive with their newborns. The man then took the mother cat and kittens to the vet for a routine checkup. The vet examined them to ensure they were all healthy. The man just wanted to make sure they were okay. Then, he took them all home. Now, the mother cat began searching for a secure place for her kittens. She started nursing them, including the 2 little abandoned ones, as if they were her own. She had taken full responsibility for feeding these fragile little ones. Thankfully, the man's efforts paid off. He received a call. The caller mentioned seeing 2 cats in the area. One of them, they said, closely resembled the missing mother of the smaller kittens. Early in the morning, the man rushed to the location as soon as he could. To confirm the real mother, he brought the kittens with him. He first attempted to reunite them with one cat by gently placing the kittens near her, but she showed no interest. Then, he tried with another cat who looked like their mother. This time, she reacted instantly. It was clear she was their real mother. Locals also confirmed that she was indeed their mother. The man took them home, and finally, the kittens were reunited with their real mother. Both mother cats were now feeding their kittens, and thankfully, all were safe and in a warm place. A mama cat was fiercely protecting her newborn kittens, fearing they might be taken from her. A kind-hearted man, who regularly fed the street cats in the colony, was overjoyed to see that the cat he had been caring for had given birth to her first litter. Wanting to congratulate her, he gently picked up one of the kittens to reunite it with its mother. However, instead of the usual warm welcome, the mama cat reacted aggressively, attacking him out of stress. Realizing that her reaction was due to the overwhelming experience of giving birth, he wanted to assure her that he meant no harm. To avoid further attacks, he wore gloves and attempted to pet her again, but she remained defensive. Just then, an old man approached and asked for his help in rescuing a mama cat and her kittens living inside an old car in his backyard. Without hesitation, he fetched a carrier for their safe transfer, placing the kittens inside first. How could such fragile souls survive in the scorching heat? Since the mama cat refused to enter the carrier willingly, he carefully guided her inside. outside. Finally, they were on their way to safety. Upon reaching the backyard, he spotted a little kitten playing hide and seek. How had this tiny creature endured the unbearable 46 degrees Celsius temperature? He needed a comfortable place, not this harsh environment. As he took the kitten into his care, he soon discovered 2 more siblings along with their mother. Opening the car door revealed the miserable conditions they had been living in. Filled with concern, he tried to pet the mama cat, but she attacked again. He couldn't understand why she was still so aggressive. Inspecting the old car further, he saw that everything was in a terrible state. Determined to reunite the family, he went to the old man's house to inquire about the missing 4th kitten. There, he found the tiny one hiding inside a cupboard. Gently, he took the kitten into his care and hurried back to the backyard, placing him beside his mother and siblings. Despite his good intentions, the mama cat remained aggressive, attacking once more. He needed a new approach to earn her trust. It was time for a creamy treat, something most cats couldn't resist. Thankfully, she didn't turn it down, though she still hissed at him. Offering her more treats helped ease her aggression little by little. Then, he provided fresh water and a nutritious meal, knowing the extreme heat had exhausted them. After a long effort, the mama cat finally calmed down. She allowed him to pet her. At last, she understood he meant no harm. Now, it was time to take them to the safety and comfort of a loving home. Before leaving, he spoke with a security guard, who told him that the mama cat traveled far every day to a meat shop, searching for food for her babies. Such a devoted mother, yet she and her little ones didn't deserve to suffer in such an unforgiving environment. Carefully, he placed the mama cat beside her kittens in the carrier. The moment was heartwarming. Her aggression had completely faded. His patience and care had shown her that he only wanted the best for them. On the way home, he noticed another mama cat carrying a mouse, likely hunting for her own babies, a true symbol of a mother's love. At the clinic, the rescued mama cat underwent a general checkup. To his relief, the vet confirmed that she was perfectly healthy and ready to go home. The kittens were also thoroughly examined, and thankfully, they were all in good health. Once home, he set them up in a separate room to help them adjust without stress. After some time, the mama cat cautiously stepped out, curiously exploring her new surroundings. She was searching for a safe spot for her little ones, and he knew it would take time for her to feel at home. Meanwhile, the kittens happily played around, unaware of their past hardships. A while later, the mama cat finally felt at ease. She began grooming her babies, her loving nature shining through. They all deserved a life free from struggle, and his heart swelled with joy, knowing he had given them a safe, happy home. Here they were. The poor mother cat was sleeping peacefully on a tree, but when a man approached her, she suddenly fell from the tree. Earlier that day, as the man was heading to the park for his morning walk, he noticed a grown-up kitten constantly running after a young boy. The boy had petted the kitten for a while before walking away, but the little one probably thought the boy would take him home. Feeling sorry for the lonely kitten, the man picked him up to comfort him, reassuring him that he was there for him. The kitten was such an adorable, yet lonely soul. To gain his trust, the man offered him an irresistible creamy treat. Soon, the kitten started playing, his anxiety fading away. Within moments, he was joyfully running around, revealing his playful nature. Every time the man called him, he came running, showing trust. He was incredibly cute. After inquiring from people in the park, the man learned that the kitten had been wandering around for hours with no one to care for him. So, he decided to take the kitten into his custody. As he looked around for more kittens, he spotted another one just outside the park. This poor kitten was hiding inside a pair of boots, likely seeking warmth from the cold. Perhaps a kind security guard had given him the boots as shelter. No one knew where their mother was. Maybe she had gone out searching for food. Sadly, the little one was living on the roadside, constantly at risk from passing vehicles. To befriend the kitten, the man played with him, and soon his playful side emerged. After speaking with some neighbors, he found out that there were 3 kittens in total. This meant he had 1 more to find. However, he still had no information about their mother. To check if any of the nearby cats were their mother, he placed the kitten near them, but they all ran away, proving they were unrelated. Realizing that the kittens might have been hungry for a long time, he offered them a delicious meal. As he continued searching for their mother, he was surprised to see a white cat sitting on a tree in the front yard of a house. Curious, he approached her and offered a creamy treat to build a connection. However, the cat showed no interest. He then tried petting her gently, first with a twig and then with his hand, but she remained still. Moments later, to his shock, she suddenly fell from the tree. When he checked her, he found that her breathing and heartbeat were fading. Without wasting time, he carefully placed her in a carrier and rushed her to the nearest clinic for immediate medical help. Just as he hurried to the clinic, he heard faint meowing from near the plants. Upon searching, he found a newborn kitten. Determined to find more, he began looking outside other houses. Soon, he located a black kitten crying for his mother. When he asked a passerby if they had seen any other kittens, they said they hadn't. Still, he picked up the poor kitten, who seemed lost without his mother. Determined to find any remaining kittens, he continued searching and discovered another kitten from the same litter. By now, he had found 3 newborn kittens belonging to the mother cat. However, he still needed to locate the 3rd kitten from the previous litter. A few houses ahead, he was surprised to see a security guard holding a grown-up kitten. As he got closer, he realized that this was the kitten he had been searching for. The guard confirmed that the kitten was a sibling of the one found in the boots. Since it was difficult for him to take care of the kitten while on duty, he requested the man to take him. Later, when the man spoke to a neighborhood child, he learned that the grown-up kittens were from the mother cat's previous litter. After gathering all the kittens, he took them to the vet. At the clinic, the mother cat underwent her final examination, and thankfully, she had recovered from hypoglycemia. The 3 newborn kittens were also checked, and the vet confirmed that they were healthy. However, the 3 grown-up kittens were weak and needed extra care. Finally, the man took them all home. One by one, he placed the kittens outside the carrier onto a soft grassy mat for comfort. Meanwhile, the mother cat instinctively began searching for a safe spot in the room for her little ones. Once she found a protective mother cat, lashed out at everyone who came near, her aggression fueled by a tragic past. In her last litter, 3 of her kittens had been eaten by stray dogs. 1 had succumbed to the bitter winter cold, and 2 had fallen prey to a male cat. The loss had left her deeply traumatized, making her distrustful of humans and animals alike. One day, a kind-hearted man who regularly fed street animals came across this grieving mother cat in a plant nursery, nestled among her newborn kittens. The sight of the tiny family was heartwarming, but as he approached with care, she reacted with hostility. Her eyes were filled with fear, and every attempt he made to offer comfort was met with defensive swipes of her claws. She saw every human as a potential threat to her little ones. Seeing his struggle, the nursery owner shared the heartbreaking story of her past. She had once given birth to 6 kittens, but none had survived. The mother cat had mourned deeply, and the experience had left her broken and afraid. Now, having given birth again, she was fiercely determined to protect her babies at any cost, unwilling to let history repeat itself. The man felt immense sorrow for her and resolved to earn her trust. He knew it wouldn't be easy, but he was determined to show her that not all humans meant harm. With patience, he offered her food, proving that he only wanted to help. Slowly, he moved her kittens closer to her, demonstrating that he wasn't trying to take them away, but rather ensure their safety. Still, she remained wary, growling and hissing, her body tense with fear. Time became his greatest ally. He sat near her, moving slowly and carefully, allowing her to observe him. Hours passed before he finally noticed a shift. Her growls softened, her ears relaxed, and the fear in her eyes began to fade. It was a small but significant breakthrough. Deep down, perhaps she longed for kindness, for someone to care for her and her fragile little family. Eventually, the man was able to take them home, giving them a safe and loving place to stay. On his way, he stumbled upon 2 more kittens, one weak and barely breathing, the other desperately trying to wake its sibling. Without hesitation, he rushed the sick kitten to a vet. He also searched for their mother, with asking people in the area and leaving his contact information in case anyone had news. At the vet, the unconscious kitten was placed on a heating pad, and the veterinarian reassured him that it would recover soon. Meanwhile, he also took the mother cat and her kittens for a routine checkup, relieved to learn that they were all healthy. Once at their new home, the mother cat was still defensive, struggling to adjust to the unfamiliar environment. But over time, as she witnessed the man's kindness, her trust in him grew. She no longer saw him as a threat, but as someone who genuinely cared. Slowly, her aggression faded, and she embraced her new home with her kittens. To everyone's joy, she even accepted and adopted the 2 orphaned kittens he had found in the nursery. With love, patience, and safety, she and her new family thrived, finally free from the fears of her past. A car stopped in the middle of a busy road and abandoned a tiny kitten. The kitten ran after everyone, hoping someone would take her to her mother. A man was busy in the street feeding when suddenly, a car stopped in the middle of a busy road. The man got out of the car and hurried away, leaving the kitten behind. The kitten was confused and scared. She watched as the man disappeared into the crowd, leaving her all alone. She meowed loudly, hoping the man would hear her and come back, but he didn't. She ran behind everyone, hoping someone would take her to her mother. People passed by, but no one stopped to help the kitten. Tears started to fill the kitten's eyes as she stood there, feeling all alone. She didn't understand why the man had left her like this. How could someone abandon such a cute kitten in the middle of the road like this? Whatever the reason, the owner should have handed her over to a responsible person instead of abandoning her like this. A man held the kitten and tried to relax her. He fed her, but the kitten was very scared and confused. After eating, she started running again. Maybe she realized she had to find her own way home. Her tiny paws carried her through the busy road. Going a little further, she stopped by a cat. The way she was going to the cat, it seemed like it was her mother. It may also be that she had seen this cat before, but the way the cat was reacting, it didn't seem like she was her mother at all. A few more people saw the driver placing only the kitten outside. Perhaps the kitten was looking for love and was mistaking the cat for her mother. She kept going after the cat again and again, but the cat showed no interest and went away. The man took the kitten home. He planned to take her to a center to get one of the cats there to adopt her so she wouldn't feel abandoned and could have a family. On the way home, the man received a call about a group of kittens. Someone said there were a few kittens in the backyard of his house and asked him to rescue them. The man quickly reached the location. There were 3 kittens. When the man tried to approach, one kitten became aggressive and started attacking him. The kitten didn't want anyone to come close to them. She thought the man was trying to hurt them, so she aggressively attacked to protect her siblings. She even injured the man while protecting them. The man thought the kittens might have entered the backyard to find shelter from the cold weather. The person had given them a cardboard box to stay in, but his family didn't want the kittens in the house. The man said he didn't know anything about their mother. She might have abandoned them because they were old enough to live alone. That's why the kitten was aggressive. She was learning to fight back against predators and protect her siblings. Thankfully, she calmed down after eating a cat treat. She realized the man was not trying to hurt them. The man then took them to the vet for a regular checkup. Thankfully, they were healthy. He took all of them home. The poor abandoned kitten still looked very confused when he brought her to the center. She was going here and there, trying to find her mother or someone to comfort her. The man felt very sad, as he didn't know how to tell her that her mother was not there. She was all alone, but he would try to give her a good life. Then, one cat came toward her. The kitten ran to this cat as if it were her mother. Maybe the cat looked like her mother. The kitten kept trying to get close to the cat, but the cat showed no interest. She ran away, but the kitten hopelessly followed her again and again. The kitten tried to go after her, but the cat pushed her away. Then, another cat came toward the kitten. This cat was very happy to see the little kitten. She showed a lot of love to the kitten. We were happy that the kitten was finally getting comfortable. The cat gave the kitten love and warmth like a mother. But sadly, she didn't have milk in her nipples because her own kittens were already grown. The kitten wanted to nurse from her, but it was not possible. After some more time, a white cat came in. Her own kittens were also the same size as the abandoned kitten. She was the perfect mother for her. She adopted the kitten and started nursing her. Thankfully, the other kittens and their siblings were healthy and happy in their new home. A mother cat tugged at a man's sleeve as if she wanted to show him something. The man was unsure what she was trying to say. She wasn't ready to leave him, staying close as if she needed help. Man assumed she was just hungry. Even though he had already fed her, he gave her more creamy treat. She quickly ate it, enjoying every bite. After finishing, she ran off, and the man thought that was all she needed. But to his surprise, she soon returned, carrying a tiny kitten in her mouth. The kitten's eyes weren't even open yet, and it looked so small and beautiful. The man finally realized what she'd been trying to show him. After a moment, the mother cat ran off again. When she came back, she had another kitten in her mouth. Thankfully, both kittens were healthy. The man noticed that the mama cat didn't seem like a stray. Maybe her owner had abandoned her. Wanting to keep her strong, he gave her another creamy treat. As it got late, the man knew he had to find the rest of the kittens and take them to safety. He watched as the mama cat walked away again, likely searching for her other babies. While waiting, the man started asking neighbors and kids if they had seen more kittens. Some kids told him that 2 more kittens from the same litter were nearby. Grateful for their help, he began checking hidden spots, knowing that cats usually keep their kittens in safe places. A little while later, the mama cat returned, but this time she had no kitten with her. She carefully followed the man, but he was still concerned. Where were the last 2 kittens? Worried, he decided to leave the kittens he had found in a safe place, fed the mama cat again, and waited in his car. He hoped she would bring the remaining kittens soon. When the mama cat saw that the man might leave, she finally returned with the 3rd kitten in her mouth. She jumped into the car, but this time, she didn't want to give up her kitten. She held on to her baby, unwilling to let go. The man gently placed her on the seat and gave her another creamy treat, hoping to comfort her. After eating, she ran off once again to find her last kitten. Moments later, she returned with her 4th kitten. The man had waited a long time, but it was worth it. Just like before, She didn't want to give this kitten away. She clung to her little one, clearly worried about her baby. The man noticed that she seemed especially protective of a gray kitten, as if she was the most worried about this one. He offered the mama cat a bowl of water, knowing she was exhausted and thirsty. After drinking, she ate some food, while the man made one last check outside to see if any other animals needed help. Once he was sure there were no more kittens left behind, he carefully placed the mama cat and her babies in a carrier. Before taking them home, he brought them to the vet for a checkup. Thankfully, all of them were healthy. Finally, the man took them home, where they would live forever, in a safe and happy place. The house they once called home was closed forever, but deep down, they still hoped their owner would return for them. This brave mama cat came back, seeking help from the man who had left the country, leaving her and her tiny kitten behind. Unable to care for themselves, they lingered near the abandoned home, longing for his return. Before leaving, their owner had entrusted a guard to watch over his property and also to care for the mama cat and her kitten. He even provided for their food expenses, and for a while, things went well. The guard took them into his home, doing his best to nourish and protect them. But everything changed 3 weeks ago, when the guard received heartbreaking news. The owner had passed away. Now alone and unable to afford their care, the kind-hearted but financially struggling guard could no longer provide for them. Desperate, the mama cat and her kitten began roaming the streets each evening in search of food. The guard didn't notice the decline in their health until it was too late. Yesterday, he saw that they had been affected by a severe viral infection. Alarmed and heartbroken, he called a rescuer for help. It shattered our hearts to see how attached she still was to her owner, returning faithfully to the place she once felt safe. Hungry and weak, the rescuer offered them a nutritious meal before beginning the journey to find proper medical help. He checked for nearby clinics, but found none, so he traveled over 50 kilometers to reach the nearest one. Knowing the long journey ahead, he made sure they were well fed to have enough energy. For over 2 weeks, the rescuer had been giving them dry food, but the mama cat and her kitten, used to fresh meat, rarely ate it, often scavenging from nearby butcher shops. Now, seeing them finish their meal with gratitude, he felt some peace, knowing they could handle the trip. Before leaving, he asked the guard to keep caring for them once they recovered. The guard agreed happily, relieved to know they'd still be under his watchful eye. On their way back, the rescuer came across another cat lying by the roadside, his hind paw badly burned. The poor cat looked famished. Without a second thought, he offered him food, not knowing when the poor soul had last eaten. He needed urgent care too, so the rescuer brought him along. At the clinic, the mama cat was examined first. She was disinfected, and the vet advised keeping her and her kitten isolated for several days. The kitten also received medication for a viral eye infection. Special meals and supplements were prescribed to support their recovery. Back home, he set up a cozy, quiet space and placed them in a separate cage where they could be monitored closely. Their treatment began immediately. Meanwhile, the injured roadside cat, now named Oliver, was treated for his burns. Dead skin was removed, medications were applied, and he received immunity-boosting injections. Blood samples were taken, and he began a series of treatments. To help Oliver heal emotionally and physically, the vet recommended keeping him apart from other cats for now. After a week of attentive care and healing, the rescuer moved the mama cat and her kitten into a new room. They were curious and excited, especially Mama Cat, who stretched her body and explored her new surroundings with calm delight. It was the first time she looked truly at peace. Today, they are all safe, healthy, and happy. After weeks of loving care and treatment, Oliver has healed completely. Seeing him now, full of life, is a joy beyond words. We hope these precious souls continue to live a life filled with warmth, care, and happiness, because every being deserves a second chance, and someone who never gives up on them. A man was surprised to find a mama cat hiding a tiny kitten inside his car. He had only fed this cat a few times before, and it had been months since their last encounter. Yet here she was, placing her kitten on the driver's seat while she hid behind the back seat. After some time, she emerged from her hiding spot, acting very friendly. The man had assumed she had relocated to another part of the neighborhood, but he was wrong. Thankfully, the kitten appeared to be healthy. After spending some time inside the car, the mother cat suddenly ran off as if she had something urgent to do. Curious, the man wanted to follow her, but since she had gone too far, he decided to search the area instead. Moments later, he was amazed to see the mama cat return. This time, carrying another kitten, she carefully placed the little one on a soft, grassy spot, likely to ensure her baby's comfort. When the man approached, she gently set the kitten in front of her. Thankfully, this kitten was also in good health, and the man was relieved to have found another one from her litter. However, the mama cat still seemed anxious as she kept looking around, as if searching for something. The man continued his search, and soon enough, the cries of another kitten led him straight to it. Overjoyed, he gathered the third kitten. He didn't find any more nearby, but his team continued searching and asking the neighbors. Unfortunately, most people had no idea how many kittens the mama cat had. Despite this, the man remained hopeful and determined to find them all. To comfort the worried mama cat, he gently petted her and offered her a creamy treat. She eagerly ate most of it within moments, showing just how hungry she was. She deserved a safe home where she could care for her babies without worry, and the man had already decided to take them all with him. Just as she was feeding her little ones, the mama cat suddenly ran across the road again. When she returned, she had another kitten in her mouth. She carefully placed this one on a coil, and as the man picked it up, he realized it looked just like a white kitten he had found in the park before. The moment was heartwarming as he gathered the fourth kitten and placed it alongside its siblings. The mother cat quickly settled beside her babies, keeping them warm and comforted. Soon, the man gently placed the mama cat and her 4 kittens into his car, preparing to take them home. But just when he thought they were ready to go, the mama cat surprised him again. She jumped out of the car. A few moments later, she returned, carrying her 5th kitten. Carefully, she hopped back into the car and placed her last baby in the man's care. His heart filled with joy at the sight of the complete little family. Although all the kittens seemed healthy, the man wanted to ensure they were in the best condition, so he decided to take them to a clinic for a thorough checkup. He met someone who recognized the mama cat and confirmed that she had recently been seen with these 5 kittens. When he asked more people in the neighborhood if there were any other kittens, a kind-hearted person told him about a suffering kitten nearby. Without wasting any time, the man rushed to the mentioned location and found the poor kitten lying by the roadside. Its eyes were severely infected, and it needed urgent medical attention. Hoping to find any remaining kittens, he also checked the park and asked some kids, but they had not seen any others. Without delay, he took all the kittens to the vet. At the clinic, the vet examined the suffering kitten and confirmed it had a severe eye infection. Thankfully, with the right treatment, it could recover. The vet advised keeping the kitten under special care until it healed completely. Meanwhile, the 5 kittens underwent their checkups, and all their tests came back clear. They were perfectly healthy. Now, it was time for the mama cat's checkup, and to the man's relief, she was also in great health. With his heart at ease, the man brought the mother cat and all her kittens home. He ensured that the kitten with the infected eyes received special care, providing everything it needed to heal. He remained hopeful that this strong little one would recover soon. As soon as they were settled, the mama cat gathered her kittens and lovingly showered them with affection. Her nurturing nature was evident, and the man felt reassured that he had made the right decision by helping her. Once the brave kitten recovered, the man introduced him to the most affectionate cat, Mama Ruby. Without hesitation, she began showering him with love, assuring him that she would take good care of him. Now, this beautiful family had a safe and loving home.